Hi, welcome to I Unlimited, committed to helping you find your best self and inner peace.
Hello, fellow travelers. I have a message to share. I was inspired to work with this deck today, the Akashic Tarot, and two people, Sharon Ann Klinger and Sandra Ann Taylor. And a number of cards came out. It was very chatty. So, the first card that came out, the number one, the Oracle of Delphi. And you see this woman sitting up on, I don't know that it's a throne per se, but for lack of a better term, we'll call it that, some sort of raised seat. And here's a robed priest ready to record the messages she's receiving. And you notice it's not in complete darkness, but you notice that this is in a relatively dark background, because sometimes it's good to disconnect from all the stimulus around us, to quiet and calm everything, to really connect. And so he's ready to record what she's getting, and this is really talking about, there's the download you get, the information, the inspiration, the guidance we get from the divine, and then there's an interpretation of it, so to speak. So what we feel and what we think, right? Because as you're reading something, it's much more cerebral, isn't it? And so it's really talking about being in the feeling and the experience of it. Great to record it, great to have it, great to be able to share it. But there's a difference, isn't there? Right? And this one is going to have the most power. We have to be really mindful here, because the way she's having the experience, he is hearing what she says and writing it down. Now, sometimes we take, word for word what someone says, but sometimes there's an interpretation. Oh, this is what you mean. Oh, this is what it's about. So we have to be mindful how we're interpreting, when we're in our mind and head, what we're saying, what this means. Sometimes we're getting an inspiration or a guidance to do something that maybe we feel like, I don't know how to do that. And so we just sort of shift it, sort of shift that message and make it be something else, right? So this is talking about the experience, the direct download versus our thoughts and thinking about it. Okay. The next card that came out was this Five of Forces, this summer, winter. And as you see, there's a beautiful summer scene. And then there's this beautiful winter scene, right? And this is, of course, bringing up the whole thing about cycles, right? We go summer to fall to winter to spring to summer, depending on where you live, right? There is such beauty here. There's such a peaceful calmness in this photo. Things are the rebirth, coming alive. It's a freshness, it's a newness. But there's also incredible beauty and peace and calmness here. So there's always something beautiful. Always. We can always find peace and tranquility. It isn't about the snow. It's about our opinion about the snow, right? Whether we find it beautiful or not. But this is talking about that newness, the growth, the rebirth coming right along with these downloads. Don't go into a winter of thoughts of, dumping a bunch of snow and killing that growth off. So be in the moment. Just let it flow through you. When you're in the, I don't know how to do it, then you're in your head. Just be in the experience. Isn't that incredible? Next card came out, the Eight of Scrolls, Paths Unknown. It's interesting to me that all of my favorite cards in the decks, almost all of them have a very similar look in this forest, a pathway, some light. And right now I live in woods and I don't like it. And mostly it's because I can't, they're not passable. I can't walk in them. and I don't want to walk among fleas and ticks and snakes. But this image always makes me feel a connection with the divine, a closeness. And maybe it's because there is a closeness. You're kind of enveloped by the trees. You're not out in the middle of nowhere all by yourself. But I don't know, it just always, maybe it's with so much life force, the trees and everything around, the energy they provide. Like I feel that energy, that nurturing. Because as I've said before, trees, they don't care what you look like. They don't care what you have or haven't done. They don't care about your mistakes, your accomplishments. They don't have ego. And they help us get centered and grounded. Right? It's not about, the tree isn't going, do I look better than that tree? Do I look fat? Do I look gnarled if I'm leaning over? So the path's unknown. We don't know where it leads, but we know there's light. It's going toward the light and following the light. And that you just know it's leading somewhere divine. And I know I feel like that. Like things are opening up. I don't quite know where they're going. It's unknown. It's unfamiliar because I haven't been down that path before. And isn't that our whole thing? To keep going, not to go in a circle all the time, around and around in just the same path, but to keep moving forward, keep stretching, keep growing. And then the last card that came out, the number 4, birth. So receive the download. Stay in your being, in your connection, not in your head. Stay in the growth, the rebirth, right? Follow the path, follow the guidance. It's unknown, it's unfamiliar, but that's leading you toward more and more and more fulfillment of your true spiritual self, your true divine self. And it's a birth, right? And then I was guided to work with this, The Hummingbird Wisdom by, can I read that? Ellen Valladares. Okay. And what came out is, I got to read this. Forward motion. Get up off your perch and move your body to usher in new energy and create positive momentum. Well, isn't that coming right along with this? Unknown, the path unknown. What does that say? Paths unknown? Yeah. Get up off your perch. How many of us, I know I do, I want to sit and ruminate about it, think about it, plan it, envision it. Got to get up. Got to get up and go to it and create, even if I don't know. And that's the thing, stumbling block for me, but I don't know. I've got to know. I want to know I'm going to be successful before I take action. I want to know how to do it perfectly before I start. And what better way to never start, to stay stuck, right? And this is just, it's a reminder to me, maybe to you too, no, I have to get in action. Right? In order to actually end up in a different place, I actually have to take some steps. And then the other one, and this comes out quite a bit for me, not this particular card, but the same message in various cards. Frolicking fun. Flip, flutter, and fly with a playful heart. Such a great reminder. I need that reminder all the time because I tend to get, serious. And I think that was just kind of drummed into me, because the first thing, I didn't encounter spirituality first. I encountered religion first. And that has, that somberness, and you act a certain way, and, you have to show this and show that. And rather than, we were created with joy in us, with play. It was desired for us to experience that, to live that way. And there's enough challenge in the world for me, that I don't have to I feel almost like I keep clipping my wings. Oh no, don't be joyous, don't be happy. Now, part of that also comes from the upbringing I had. It just seemed like if you were happy or joyous, one of the parents wanted to come to swat you out of the air, knock you down. So, learn not to show that. But I've got to get that back. I've got to give the joy within me the wings again and the freedom to fly. Because I know for me, it's when I'm joyous that I'm the most divinely creative, that I'm shining the greatest light for the world, that I'm spreading love. When it's that somber, it can trigger more, the fear or the negativity, all the rules and the checks and balances. And so just a great reminder. So this was uplifting, inspiring for me, almost not only a permission, but a call, like from a loved friend. Come on, come play. Come on, you can do it. Come on, come join us. And I hope you hear that call too. So as always, the easiest way to let it in, take those big, full breaths. Count as you inhale. Gently count 1, 2. Fill your entire body, head to toe, with air as much as you can. Feel yourself expand and crack that shell of limitation around you. And do the same count as you exhale and let that shell fall away. Inhale like that, counting again. Expand every cell outward until it feels like every cell has the room around it to move freely. And count as you exhale. Do the counting 3, 5, 8 times. And then just breathe into your chest and belly. And as you're breathing in, feel that air move through all those spaces you've created, just like a breeze through a screen. And soften and open as you exhale. And as you practice that, you're going to allow that divine energy to flow in through you. Notice when you want to close down those spaces, to clamp down. Breathe through it. Breathe through it. Allow the divine to flow in through you, because even if something challenging or even painful comes, if you stay open, you allow it to flow through and out. Don't clamp down and trap it in you. Allow that divine energy to come chasing right after it and just carry it out in the flow. You keep doing that consistently. You can do it for a minute. You could do it for as long as you want, many times throughout the day. And I know I've been seeing big changes just from that. So I hope this helps you find your best self and inner peace.
I hope this video helped you rise higher and shine brighter. Keep going. Invest just a few minutes here with me each day, and you'll see your happiness, fulfillment, and inner peace grow. Please remember to share, like, and subscribe to this channel so others can find their best selves and inner peace too.